Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of our coin collecting journey. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable coin values, then you are in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising stories in the world of American coins, the 1971 Liberty Roosevelt dime. This little 10-cent coin might look ordinary at first glance, but it has captured the attention of collectors and investors all over the world because of its incredible rarity and jaw-dropping market value that has reached as high as $777,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single dime that once bought a piece of candy could now be worth more than a luxury house. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's explore the full story of the 1971 Liberty dime. We'll uncover its history, why it's so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you can identify if you have one of these hidden gems sitting in your pocket change, an old jar, or maybe tucked away in a family coin collection. To begin, let's talk a little about the history of the dime itself. The dime is one of the oldest coins in American currency, dating all the way back to the late 1700s. The word dime comes from the French word dime, meaning a tenth part, since it represents 1/10 of a dollar. Over the years, the dime has gone through several designs, from the draped bust and capped bust to the seated Liberty, Barber, and the famous Mercury dime. In 1946, after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the United States Mint introduced the Roosevelt dime to honor him, since he played such a major role in establishing the March of Dimes Foundation, which fought polio. Now, fast forward to 1971. That year, the United States was in the middle of great economic change. The Vietnam War was ongoing, the dollar was being disconnected from the gold standard, and inflation was beginning to rise. In the world of coinage, something small but very important was happening at the Denver Mint, where millions of dimes were being produced, including a few mysterious examples that would later shock the coin collecting world. The 1971 Roosevelt dime is usually made of a copper-nickel composition, weighing about 2.27 grams with a diameter of 17.9 millimeters. It features the profile of President Roosevelt on the obverse, with the word Liberty along the left side and the motto, "In God We Trust," below his chin. The reverse design shows a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. It all seems perfectly normal, right? But among those countless ordinary dimes, there are a few rare versions that contain striking errors, special conditions, or minting irregularities that make them extremely valuable to collectors today. The 1971 Liberty dime that made headlines is a coin that stands apart because of its near-perfect strike, pristine condition, and unusual die characteristics. Some examples show signs of being struck on experimental planchets or have deep mirror-like surfaces that were never meant for circulation. These rare pieces, often graded by top certification services like PCGS or NGC, have fetched astronomical prices at auctions. One such example was reportedly valued at an incredible $777,000 due to its flawless preservation, unique minting traits, and historical significance. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular dime worth such a fortune when millions of others from the same year exist? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. In the world of coin collecting, even a tiny difference, a mint mark, a die crack, a double die, or an off-metal strike, can mean the difference between a coin worth 10 cents and a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 1971 dime has captured collectors' imagination because it represents the perfect storm of scarcity and perfection. Let's talk about how collectors determine the value of coins like this one. There are a few key factors that influence a coin's price. The first is mintage, meaning how many were originally made. The second is survival rate, or how many of those coins still exist today in collectible condition. The third is grade, which refers to the coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS-70, meaning mint state perfect, is nearly flawless under magnification, and these are the types of coins that reach those record-breaking prices. When it comes to the 1971 dime, some of the most valuable examples are those that have been certified in the highest grades with full torch details, meaning the torch on the reverse side is completely struck, showing every line and flame in sharp definition. That level of quality is extremely rare, especially from coins minted in the Denver Mint during that era, where minor striking issues were common. Another fascinating part of the story is how coins like this are discovered. Many of them are found purely by accident, someone going through old rolls of dimes, or a collector checking inherited coins from a family collection. That's why so many coin enthusiasts enjoy searching through change and coin rolls from banks. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. In today's coin market, rare Roosevelt dimes from the 1970s have seen a surge in popularity. Collectors and investors alike are realizing that modern coins, even those produced after silver was removed in 1965, can still hold tremendous value if they have the right combination of rarity and condition. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have recorded impressive sales for coins that most people would overlook. The 1971 D Liberty dime, valued at $777,000, is a perfect example of how small details and preservation can turn an everyday coin into a piece of numismatic history. It represents more than just metal and mint marks. It's a story of craftsmanship, chance, and the excitement of discovery. So, what should you look for if you want to check your own 1971 D dime? Start by examining the coin under good lighting. Look for sharp details in the lettering and torch. If the coin appears to have a mirrored surface or unusually bright luster, that could indicate a proof-like strike. Check for any doubling in the lettering or numbers, as double die errors can be valuable. Finally, if the coin appears to be in perfect uncirculated condition, it might be worth submitting to a professional grading service for authentication. Even if your dime isn't the legendary $777,000 coin, there are still many 1971 D dimes worth between $50 and several $100 depending on their grade and strike quality. The key is patience, careful observation, and a bit of knowledge about what makes these coins stand out. As we wrap up today's episode, remember this: every coin tells a story. The 1971 D Liberty dime is not just a piece of change, it's a link to American history, a symbol of craftsmanship, and a reminder that value can be hidden in the smallest things. Who would have imagined that a tiny 10-cent coin could capture the world's attention and sell for nearly $750,000? That's what makes coin collecting such a thrilling adventure. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story about rare and valuable coins. In future episodes, we'll explore even more hidden treasures from the US Mint and share tips on how you can build your own valuable collection right from home. Thank you for watching, and remember, always check your change, because you never know when a small piece of history might be hiding right in your hands. Until next time, happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history. We are talking about the 1974 D Liberty 1 dime, a coin that might look ordinary to most people, but to collectors and experts, it represents one of the most mysterious and valuable modern coins ever struck by the United States Mint. Believe it or not, one of these dimes has been reported with an astonishing market value reaching up to $733,000. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 10-cent coin worth more than most luxury cars or even a house. Before we get started, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode where we explore rare coins, hidden treasures, and untold stories from the world of numismatics. For everyone who's been following our journey, welcome back, and thank you for being part of this growing community of coin enthusiasts and history lovers. Now, let's get right into the story behind the 1974 D Liberty dime and find out why it's so special, how it came to exist, and why collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single example. The year was 1974, a time of change in America. The Vietnam War was drawing to a close, President Richard Nixon was about to resign due to the Watergate scandal, and inflation was beginning to affect everyday prices across the country. In the middle of all that, the United States Mint continued its normal coin production, striking millions of dimes in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of those coins were made of the standard copper-nickel clad composition introduced after the silver dimes were discontinued in 1965. But among those ordinary coins, something unusual happened at the Denver Mint. A small batch of dimes struck in 1974 began to attract attention decades later for reasons that would surprise even experienced collectors. The 1974 D Liberty dime features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side. The design was created by John R. Sinek and has been used on U.S. dimes since 1946. On the reverse side, you'll find the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. At first glance, nothing about the 1974 D dime seems out of the ordinary. But the mystery lies in its errors, varieties, and the unique circumstances under which some of these coins were struck. Over the years, several examples of this coin have surfaced with extraordinary minting anomalies, double strikes, off-center errors, and even transitional planchets that were never supposed to exist in circulation. Those rare pieces are what drive the incredible values we see in the market today. Collectors began noticing something strange about certain 1974 D dimes when they realized that the metal composition or die characteristics did not match the standard issue. Some experts believe that a few experimental strikes were made using leftover materials or dies intended for other denominations. Others think that misfeeds in the press may have caused planchets of different compositions to be struck with the dime design. Whatever the reason, these coins became legendary in numismatic circles. Auction houses began reporting sales of these unusual dimes for thousands, then tens of thousands, and finally hundreds of thousands of dollars as interest grew. One particular 1974 D Liberty dime, preserved in mint condition and verified by leading grading companies, reportedly sold for a staggering $733,000 at a private sale. That record-breaking price stunned the collecting world and confirmed once again that rarity, condition, and mystery are the perfect formula for big money in the coin market. For comparison, most 1974 D dimes you find in your pocket change are worth only 10 cents, maybe $1 or $2 if they are in pristine uncirculated condition. But if you happen to find one with an unusual minting error or composition difference, you might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Now, let's talk about the history and details behind this coin a little more. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, produced hundreds of millions of dimes in 1974. Like all coins from that era, they were made primarily of copper with a nickel coating. Silver had been removed from circulation coins nearly a decade earlier. However, transitional errors occasionally occurred when leftover silver planchets from earlier years or experimental blanks accidentally made their way into the presses. That's one of the theories about why some rare 1974 D dimes appear different under testing. It's possible that a handful were struck on silver or transitional metal compositions, making them exceptionally rare and valuable. Collectors also look for specific die varieties in the 1974 D dime. Some coins show doubling on the lettering, particularly on the word Liberty or the date itself. These double die errors are among the most desirable in modern coins. Others show striking anomalies like off-center designs, clipped planchets, or missing details due to die polishing. Each of these variations tells a small story about how the coin was made and why it's so different from the rest. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity alone isn't always enough. Condition plays a major role in determining value. The grading scale used by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company ranges from poor to perfect mint state. A 1974 D dime in mint state condition, especially if it shows full bands on the torch or sharp details on Roosevelt's portrait, can be worth much more than a circulated example. Combine that with a unique minting error or unusual metal composition, and you have a coin that collectors will compete fiercely to. OWN.AS of today, the coin market remains strong for high-grade and error examples of the 1974 D Liberty dime. The story of the $733,000 sale continues to attract new collectors and investors hoping to find one of their own. The beauty of coin collecting is that you never know what you might find in your change or in an old coin jar. Sometimes history hides in plain sight, disguised as something ordinary. The next great discovery could be sitting in someone's drawer right now, waiting for a closer look. If you're interested in searching for rare dimes like the 1974 D, start by learning the key features that make them stand out. Study the mint marks, check for doubling, weigh the coin, and pay attention to any unusual coloration or edge details. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to spot small differences that the naked eye might miss. And most importantly, never clean your coins, that can destroy their collector value instantly. Before we wrap up today's video, remember that every coin tells a story. The 1974 Liberty dime is not just a piece of metal, it's a snapshot of American history, a testament to craftsmanship, and a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry immense value and mystery. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, always keep an eye out for those unique finds. You never know when you might come across the next dime that changes your life forever. Thank you for watching and for being part of this incredible community. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed learning about the 1974 Liberty dime and its amazing journey from pocket change to a coin worth over $700,000. Leave a comment below if you have a rare coin story or if you've ever found an unusual dime in your collection. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, history is in your hands.